Stevens here with Lake Life Realty, and I'm joined by my husband, John Stevens, one of the proud owners of Stevens Landscaping, and we're back for a second visit at their Blackie's Cove project here in Moultonborough. So since we've been here, before there was this big dirt hole. Since a lot has changed, tell us what we're seeing now from before.
Yeah, so before I think there was a demo going on and excavation for all our base prep. And now we're getting to see the results of all the base prep. So we have now our main retaining walls in place, and we worked through the winter doing all the concrete work below and backfilling and all the structural drainage and all of the things necessary to get these walls in place. And it really started to shape up what's going to be new outdoor entertainment spaces.
Now tell us a little bit more about the walls, where they came from, how the client chose the product that they did.
Sure. So we worked with Natural Stone Wall Solutions again on this one, and really gave them a challenge on the design here with the multiple radiuses, the heights of the walls, and the radius staircase that comes down. And the client had selected the stone with us as we picked a few different options, but we picked a New England stacked field stone look. And clients were originally going to do some granite steps going up between the walls, and in the 9th hour they switched to a fieldstone riser with bluestone tread caps, which aren't on yet, but really make the difference here on this project, I think, since the staircase is sort of a focal point here. So it's been fun getting it this far.
Now, what's unique to this property, and this project rather, is this staircase. How did you get this staircase to be this curved look and, you know, essentially fill it with all the concrete you needed to support it? So
the staircase itself is also formed out of wood and then poured with a concrete base and rebar. And that was a very intriguing way to kind of get a base in, and then masons built the fieldstone risers and the wall going up the side. We also added some sleeving for gas plumbing for some fun fire features that will be on the wall as well.
I saw that. So what does that exactly look like? You have these pipes sticking out of the wall.
Yeah.
There's like lanterns going on them? Or?
There is. There's propane gas lanterns. There's 4 of them that will be guiding you down the staircase. It's going to be a really, really cool feature, probably the highlight of this entire outdoor entertainment space will be the propane lanterns, and then there's also a gas fireplace that is sort of a centerpiece to the landscape here. And
where's that gas fireplace going?
The gas fireplace is what we're calling like an eyebrow wall that is a reverse radius to the main fire pit patio wall, and it is going to sit right inside of that, with lava stones surrounding it and a nice bluestone cap on the eyebrow wall, and we'll have landscape lighting in there. And so once we get a few more weeks down the road here, we'll start to see all of that come together. Perfect.
You're giving me more ideas for our future house one day. Now, I saw up above there's a big patio from the walkout level, and it has some sloping to that. You want to tell us a little bit more about how you constructed the patio and why it has that dip?
Yeah, so any patios that are up underneath a house or up against the house should have a proper pitch away from the house. These patios, all the patios here, are pervious anyway, which means the water will go through the joints and infiltrate into the ground versus running off the surface. But just as an extra cautionary, we still pitch the patios away from the house to meet the top of the staircase. And then the bluestone patio pattern that we selected with the client is kind of fun and linear, with some thin 6-inch strips put in there. And we'll kind of continue that pattern to the lower patios down here. And then we're putting a little bit of a irregular bluestone flare just around the fire pit as a nice accent as well.
Nice. And so what are we going to see in the next couple weeks happen for our next video?
Yeah, so the hardscape should be wrapping up. The flat work, the patio work should be wrapping up in another week and a half or so. And then we are going to be working on lighting, and we'll have some other crews come in to work on irrigation and start to get all of that ready. and then we'll bring all of our grades up with topsoil, and we will bring in plants, roll out some new grass, add some stepping stones in some areas, and everything will start to be ready to use.
Awesome. That sounds very exciting, too easy.
Sounds easy.
Yeah, sounds easy. Awesome. Well, it's very exciting. It's come a long way. A lot of rock, and now you're going to soften it up with some of the softscapes.
Yep.
What could you just tell the viewers a little bit more? You mentioned the pervious, impervious. What some of those rules and regulations are?
Yeah, so this project's unique because there was a lot of grandfathered features on the lakeside of this house. There was a massive concrete staircase that came down to the lakefront. There was concrete patios up under the house, under the deck, and there was all kinds of concrete work up along the shoreline. So when we brought this to the state for permitting, we were able to use the square footage that was existing, and that concrete was impervious surfaces. And we were able to redesign this, push some of the structures back away from the water to the new 20-foot setback line there, and changed all of the patio surfaces to permeable. So at the end of the day, from a bird's eye view, what's pervious versus impervious now, there's much more pervious surface on this lakeside of this property, while still giving you a lot of very functional space versus what they had before, which was a lot of concrete and a lot of water runoff on that concrete. So it's environmentally friendly, beautiful, and super functional.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome.
We'll see you next time for the next step of the project.